Hi guys, Matt Smith here. I'm just creating another video here on Family Search Indexing. This one is going to be about partially indexed documents, and occasionally you'll get these when you go to download a batch. It's hard, you can't really tell which ones are partially indexed and which ones aren't, but when you do get a partially indexed document, you'll know it because a little box will come up showing this index has been partially, or this document has been partially indexed, and then it will give you some further instructions. But I've got a partially indexed 1930 New York federal census here, and I just wanted to make this video kind of giving you some of my tips and ideas of how to do this, how to handle partially indexed documents. And now what they mean by partially indexed documents is down here at the table entry. Someone has partially done the data entry portion of the indexing, and I don't know, for one reason or another they got through portions of the indexing but they weren't able to get through the entire indexing. This person looks like they got through the age, some of the race, the relationship of the person to the head of the family, and also each person's surname and given name, but they weren't able to get the line numbers or the family numbers or the sex or the race or color or marital status or any of the place of births. So I'm just going to start here at the top, and I'm going to just go through this because I kind of have a method for doing these, and I think it works fairly well for me, and so I thought I'd pass some of these ideas and thoughts on to others so it might help them. The first thing, of course, that I do is I go and adjust my highlights because I want this little blue highlight to be right over that number 51 there. So I'm going to just do this like I did in the previous videos. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, I would highly recommend going and seeing those first, because you may not know what I'm talking about when I say a partially indexed document if you haven't seen those. So I usually like to set up my highlights just a little bit outside of the area that I'm going to be indexing, outside the lines. So let's do this really quickly. Okay. Right, like that. Okay, so now that that is adjusted, I'm going to go back up and turn it off, and we're going to get to it. Now, usually when you index, you work from left to right. When you're indexing a normal document, you index from left to right. On partially indexed documents, however, I like to index by column, so up and down, from the top to the bottom. That's how I like to do it, just because it seems easier for me to do it that way. That way I can go through, fill in the required information, and I don't have to sit there and hit tab through the information that I don't need to type in. So, and that makes it really simple, especially with the auto predict feature of Family Search Indexing. You'll see here in a minute what I mean. So I'm going to start right here with the line numbers because none of them were done. So here's one reason why I like to work by columns, because I can just, now that I entered 51, I can take the down arrow button and just hold it and go all the way down till the bottom, and it fills in all those completely for me. Very simple to do, very easy, makes that portion of it very easy. Now this is actually an interesting document because you can see here that the family number isn't visible because there in these census documents there's multiple pages, so sometimes a family will go from one page to the other, and so it doesn't show the family number. But there is a way, let me see here, oh here we go, here there is a way to see the previous document if you can't deduce from what you see here what the family number would be. Obviously it's going to be family number 40, but I just want to show you this real quick. Click on view, click on show previous / next image, and it will show you the image prior. You can actually zoom in on this. Let's zoom in down here at the bottom. So Butler Oscar is family number 40, and there's his wife. So that is going to be family number 40. So let's just close this because I don't need it anymore. Okay, so family number 40, and I'm just going to go down, and since I adjusted my highlights, this highlight is going to be right over wherever I need to type in another family number. So I'm just going to go down and type in the family numbers as the highlight highlights them. See, I'm working in columns again. It just makes it so much simpler to do these partially indexed documents, because when I get to the names, I don't need to worry about hitting tab over and over and over again. Now, of course, this is just what works for me. Do whatever works best for you, and the only way you'll find that out is by actually doing indexing. But for me, this works easier. So we already have the surname and the given name, and we have the relationship of the person to the head of the family. So the next thing that we need to enter in is the sex, and I like to do this in columns as well, because you only need to enter an M or an F. Okay, you don't need to type out male or female. You just need to enter M or F in the column. So you can actually come to the top here, and since you adjusted your highlights, again, that's very, very important. The highlight is always going to be in the right place as you go down. So, and then what I do is I actually take my hand off the mouse, and I'll put my fingers on the down, one finger on the down arrow, and then on my left hand I have one finger over the M and another finger over the F. And I just go down and I hit F. Oh, whoops. Okay, I hit F or M, 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 F, M, whatever it needs to be. So that way you can just go down the column, typing in exactly what's in the highlighted area. Makes it so much easier to go down the column. This way you're getting all the information that you need to in this column. You don't even have to fool around with it ever again, because you can just finish it, move on to the next column. Now, like I said, this is just what works for me. Figure out what works best for you. That's why I'm making this video, so that you'll have at least some other options, some ideas. Now, this is another portion of the document that has not been indexed completely, and that's the color or race. Now, something that I do like to do on these partially indexed ones is I like to just scroll down the entire document and see if there are any that don't say W. On these American census documents, there's rarely some that are another color. So if you just type in W all the way down, it should bring up white. Yeah, you see it right there. It just automatically filled in white. So we can just, again, one finger on the down arrow, one finger on the W, because all of these are white. I've already verified that they're all white. So W, and I just keep on going down. W, 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 W. See, that one already has it in. That one already has it in. But W there, white, 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 white. All the way down. And you know, this might work for you as well when you do regular indexing. It definitely is a process that could work for you that way. I personally don't like to do it except for on these partially indexed documents, but working in the column seems to work well for that. Because you can see down here, you can see the progress we're making. We've already increased this by about 25 or 26%. I think we started out, I think it was 48% done when we got it, and now we're already at 74%. So it is a good way to do things. Now, another reason, this is another column right here, marital status. Same concept. There's only 4 letters that you could possibly type, so I like to keep one finger on the down arrow, one finger near the S and the D, and one finger near the M. And I just like to go down, married, single, 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 married, married, and I just type whatever is in the highlighted box. W for widow, married, married, single, single. It's very simple because I adjusted my highlights. Oops. So you can see the idea. I mean, I'm not going to be able to finish this document with you here just because I'm running out of time, but you can see the idea of how this working downwards from top to bottom in columns is an effective way to complete these partially indexed documents, because then you can just quickly go over the information you need. You don't have to hit tab several times, and it's been very helpful for me, and I hope it is helpful for you. But like I said, just figure out your own way of doing it, something that you like, and do it effectively. Thanks.